welcome to Off Key, the YouTube show that talks about music. I'm Elijah Rice.
And I'm Nathaniel Merrill. The key point of the show is that we both have different tastes in music. Me liking mostly metal, and you liking...
Mostly not metal. In fact, I hate metal.
That's pretty much his genre, not metal.
I hate country, too. That's something you'll never see on this show.
Everyone. That's like everyone now.
The other main key of this show is that it's off key.
But
But that's actually not it. The main key of the show is about liking music. It's like why we like this song, why do we dislike this song. It's not about deconstructing the music and is it technically good.
Deconstruction is a song by the next person we're going to be reviewing.
It's about, just musical taste. Now this week we're going to be reviewing Epicloud by the Devin Townsend Project. So why don't we just jump right in.
The first song is called Effervescent, which is the intro for the rest of the album pretty much. I gave it a 10 out of 10 because it's a very good intro. And I like it because it's very sing-along-y. It's very good to sing along with. And I like the fact that it's a choir, which no one really does. You don't see that a lot. So it's an interesting style to be mixed with the rest of the album, and I just really, really like it.
I give it a 4 out of 10 because it's not a bad song, and I did kind of enjoy it, but it just doesn't speak to me. It feels like, because when you hear choir music, it either speaks to you or it doesn't. Either you feel it in your gut, this is my heart though, or you don't. Yeah. And I didn't feel it, and I think it's a good intro. It is a good intro for an album, and it maybe fits, maybe doesn't. We'll get into that later, but I just didn't think it could have worked as a different kind of song. When I hear a choir song, I only want it to work as a choir. Now this song is something that could have worked with more of a traditional metal feel, or even like a hard rock, or even a soft rock feel. It doesn't have to be a choir singing it, and that's why I didn't give it a higher.
Because it's too versatile?
Right. It's like I enjoy choir music, and I do actually listen to it from time to time on my personal time. But I just don't think it would work. Like, if you went back to, the 1600s and played this, people would be like, what? Well, actually, they'd probably be like, what who? Thou... They didn't speak like that.
Actually, they would be like, what are you playing that?
What is that magical box?
Actually, okay, so anyway, continuing.
So yeah, that's the only reason I gave it 4 out of 10, because if it had been more choiry and less traditional, I probably would have rated it a little bit higher.
So the next song is called True North, which I gave 9 out of 10. Because I feel it's a very good love song. It starts out, my favorite part is that part at the beginning.
What's the woman singing?
Yeah, and then it goes into a guy singing with that same melody, that same phrase, and it just keeps that part. It's weird how the song goes on, and it just gets weirder.
I think it's a comment sort of on relationships as a whole, because it starts out it's all like, I love you, I need you, I have to be with you, I'll do anything. And then he starts in it, and it's like, yeah, okay, I agree. And then halfway through, it's still doing the same thing, so it gets a little repetitive. Yeah. And then it starts getting weirder, and things are going down that we probably don't want to know about. And then at the very end, it picks up again, and it goes back into the intro. So I think it could be a comment on life in general, maybe not even less of relationships and more just about love and life.
Yeah.
I gave it a 5 out of 10 because I really liked the first half of the song. I thought it was great, and that part could have stood alone as a song. Yeah. The second half I liked less, which is probably why I gave it 5 instead of 7.
I did like that part around the 2-minute mark, maybe a little after, but it was really headbanging.
Well, I liked the part after he sings, and then it jumps right into the harder stuff. Yeah. I liked the transition between the singing and the hard stuff. I thought it was well, and I thought it fit. Yeah. But it wasn't as good as it could have been.
Yeah. It was interesting that they put some of Effervescent at the end, to show that, it is supposed to be one full song, but that but Effervescing was its own song. So
Yeah.
it was meant to be listened as a whole, but it could have been gone as 2 songs, which it did.
Which is why he put it on the album as 2 songs instead of 1 song.
Makes sense. So the next song is called Lucky Animals, and I gave it 9 out of 10 because it's very like hard rocky, fun, melodic.
It's not hard rock. It goes beyond hard rock.
It's harder than hard rock, but it's light for metal.
Okay.
It's hard rock, light metal. That happy medium. But it's this fun song that you really could dance to.
The shadows casting weird and makes me look weird. But no, it's not that. It's weird. Stupid shadows.
I think it is a song that you could dance to, like fast dancing.
Like hardcore dancing.
No. 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 No.
It's like, ow, I hit myself.
I think I actually saw a guy do that once. Okay. But it is a song that you could dance to, I think. Like, with a partner. You could. I think it is.
Like ballroom dancing?
Not like slow dancing.
Well, obviously, ballroom dancing isn't slow.
I know, but I'm trying to think of the name of the one where it's like ballroom dancing except faster.
Like 20s style music?
Like what?
20s style music?
Kinda, yeah.
It's nothing like that. I don't think it fits that bill at all.
No, not the music.
No, I'm not
but the
saying, like,
dancing.
I don't think that style of dancing, I don't think this is a dancing song, because, like,
Oh, okay.
if you went to a metal concert with this guy,
Yeah.
and you played this, and he played this song, which he probably would,
Yeah, probably.
I don't think there'd be anybody dancing. Like, I mean, unless your definition of metal dancing is, or hardcore dancing, which I know you
Which
hate,
most people do.
except for the hardcore dancers. Anyway, I don't think this really works as a dancing song. It's more like a sit and listen to and think and feel about life in general type song.
Did you sit and think and feel?
No, I gave it a 3 out of 10 because I didn't like this song that much. It was very repetitive, and I don't like repetitive songs unless it's like songs from the 90s. Like, basically every song from the 90s was repetitive, so
Yeah.
I give it a pass, especially if it's catchy. This song is not catchy, and it is not from the 90s, so I can't give it a pass. The music was not in my personal taste. It was very like it didn't sound clear to me. It sounded all kind of like mushed and jumbled together. Like, I like to hear each individual instrument
Yeah.
playing it, but if I felt like I was like, you know, like if you're in a big room with a bunch of people in it,
Yeah.
and everybody's talking at once, you can maybe pick out a
It's like, oh, I
conversation or
got
two.
some of you. I got some of you too.
But it's all together, so you
Yeah.
can't put it all together
Yeah.
and all separately. That's why I didn't really like the music.
Did you notice, like, near the end there was like weird horns and stuff?
No.
Yeah.
But I did notice that at the end near the end of the song, it didn't really sound like they were saying animals anymore. It sounded like they were saying manimals. And I was like, I guess Popeye started singing the song or whatever. That's just what I got.
Next song is called Liberation. I gave it a 6 out of 10 because I don't think it really fits the rest of the album. Like it kind of does, but only a little bit, which isn't really adequate. Because it does sound like one of those, like, in a movie, good guy is being chased like a bad guy, and they somehow end up in...
You're stealing the thing I said!
No,
I said it reminds me of an early 2000s movie opening. And
you said
what-
opening, and I said...
Like where he's getting chased, and I said yes. So you're just about to steal my entire thing.
I only heard you say the part about being in a movie. I said the
From
part...
the early 2000s.
I said the part about the guy being chased through a concert.
Just steal my thing. Okay, I will.
But it just doesn't fit. It sounds like one of those generic...
Yeah, it's very repetitive and like...
It's very generic.
Yeah, it's like he went to like the music machine
It sounds like a filler.
and put in, and he just said, I have.
I
Like-
need a rock song. Give me some.
Right, and then he put in, and it's very like, well, I gave it 4 out of 10, but because it reminds me a lot of like early 80s, or not, it reminds me of 80s, like Stick It to the Man, like Twisted Sister, except Twisted Sister actually did it good, like, I want it round!
And Twisted Sister did it in the 80s.
That's true.
It's
like,
not the 80s.
This song doesn't fit nowadays because you can really listen to whatever you want to, and nobody's gonna. I mean, there will be people judging you for it, and there will be people who always have different tastes.
But if we're gonna be honest, no one really cares.
But you're safer to listen to what you want to in this day and age. So this song is kind of like a Stick It to the Man music.
Where there is really no man.
There's no man to stick it to. I mean, really only the correlation between today's music...
The people who stuck it to the man a while ago now have kids who want to stick it to the man.
And their parents are like, we already stuck it to the man!
We stuck it to him a while ago. You're good.
The only, like, modern day example would be, like, rap or hip-hop, but that took place, like, 10 years ago.
Yeah,
There really is no, like... There's no music genre that everybody's burning. I mean, there's always those kooky people burning albums and still like hating on music, but there's less of them.
Yeah.
So this song doesn't really fit for today's music scene, which I know that's not really the point of the show.
Yeah.
But that's why I don't like it.
Yeah. It wasn't my favorite either, but it wasn't. It just wasn't.
I mean, it's better than I could ever do, so.
Yeah. I couldn't write it. He did. I couldn't. Whatever.
He might not.
The next song is called Where We Belong, which I gave a 9 because it's just one of those like 80s ballads that you can say you don't like, but you really love them. Everyone loves them. I don't care what you say. This is good. It's a good ballad.
I gave it 8 out of 10. It's pretty good. I actually really enjoyed the song because it's different from the other songs. It's not so like it's more like
Is that what you think of my music? Is that all you hear?
like whenever you play a song, it's just is more. It's more like a traditional song that it's not as.
It's more like a song.
Yeah, it's more like a rock song, not like a metal. It feels more. It feels happier to me, and it just makes me feel like it's. I just like it a bit more than
Just like it.
other crap on this album.
It's fun. It's one of those like lighter songs.
Not really. I've never been into those. Like like a lighter song can be whatever you want. Like if somebody makes you feel and somebody sticks out a lighter.
Even a song.
Well, no, because the lighter would go out with what you'd have to do with your hand. No, because you'd be like, the flame would go out.
I see.
And so, like if somebody's playing a slower song,
Yeah.
the lighter is a joke. It doesn't mean anything.
It's a funny joke though.
Not really.
Sometimes.
It got old fast.
Save Are Now, which I gave a 7 out of 10, because it's just bad grammar.
I gave it 2
No, but
because it sucks.
okay, I did give it a 7 out of 10 because bad grammar, and it just sounds, again, really generic.
Yeah, like this song and what was the other one?
Yeah,
Liberation.
Liberation.
They sound really generic and really they're just repetitive and they're really just like, look, I wrote
I written a song.
I wrote like 7 songs. I need more generic songs.
I need a
So-
song. Just give me something.
Let's just fill it in, and it really
thing
does
is,
feel
though-
like filler.
The thing is, though, there are a lot of times where the filler is really good. Like
This one is not one of them.
Black Sabbath, Paranoid. That song was a filler.
That was a filler song?
The producers was like, "Hey guys, we got 3 minutes left on the album. Write something." And they were like, "Okay, give us 10 minutes." So they went into the room, did something quick, and it was like, boom. And then it was a single, and everyone loved it. So sometimes filler does work. It doesn't work this time. It just sounds like if this in a superhero movie, superhero wins, gets the girl, and the credits roll, this is the song they use.
Yeah, usually like end credit songs are usually not that. Like they're not the
imaginative
songs. Yeah, they're just kind of like.
Yeah.
Like, cause it's like I think it would work in a Superman movie.
Yeah. Because he did save there now.
Right. You know, he killed a few thousand.
Are we getting into this discussion now?
I'm sorry, you brought it up.
I said superhero, not Superman.
I said Superman. So I mean, you kind of brought it up.
Fine. Anyway, generic song.
I hate Christopher Nolan, okay? I hate him! Leave my superheroes alone!
Generic song. Not that great. It's okay.
Yeah, it sucks. It's not good at all.
Kingdom. The song is called Kingdom. I gave it a 9 out of 10 because that intro is very uplifting, and when he goes into the vocals, it's very operatic, which I liked.
It's not operatic at all.
Yeah.
No.
He's very clean.
It's clean. Like, his vocals are clean, and they're clean cut, and you can hear the sharpness.
I'm not saying
but it's not like an opera at all.
I'm not saying he's very high pitched or anything.
No. Like opera is like it's long. It's like it takes its time to show you the emotions. It goes through the entire emotional spectrum. The song doesn't. Like when he's going, when he's like doing those high notes, that's not operatic. He's just showing his vocal range. He's not like going. He's not saying a word. He's just going ah. So it's like if he goes to the doctor and the doctor says, say ah, he goes, ah! That's what he does. But it's not like an opera singer. If like he goes to the doctor and the doctor's like, say ah, he's like, I will say ah!
Not operatic.
Because I'm not an opera singer, but that's the difference. Like he does all his words.
I think that part where he kicked into his vocals was very operatic.
It's not though, because it's like a scream. It's not like not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
It is.
No. It's not operatic at all.
How?
Because it's too short. It doesn't.
The operatic part.
If it was operatic, the entire song would be like that. You can't isolate one long. Like a barbershop quartet does one long note, but they're not operatic. That's more like a barbershop quartet long.
Operatic isn't about the length of the note. It's about the cleanness and the.
No, it's not. It's so many different things, and it doesn't need it at all.
I think it does. Personally, I think it does. I think it needs it.
You're an idiot.
Ouch. Speaking of generic, this song is called Divine.
And it's generic from Genericville on the continent of Generic, the country of Acapulco.
I was focusing more on the lyrics because the melody wasn't anything to write home about.
I wasn't really focusing on the melody. I mean, the lyrics at all. Because it's like...
So together we have the whole song.
And we both agree that our parts were generic. Because it's so like... That's not the tune, that's just the genericness of it.
The lyrics are just, I love you.
I need you.
No, that was the original. That was True North. No, he said the lyrics were, loving you are the best thing and the worst thing in my life. Okay?
We need more...
Could you get more specific?
Yeah, it's like there has to be a story behind it, like
who is this girl?
Or
what?
Dude. I mean...
He's married to a girl.
Oh, that's probably... Well, that's not very nice about your wife, sir.
Okay, could you pull off saying to any of your girlfriends, loving you is the best thing and the worst thing in my life? Like, you would...
I mean, like, maybe, like...
You would be sleeping on the couch.
Well, like, that might be the end of a relationship, I would say. Like, but if I was married and I walked into my wife and, like, say she had her hard day and I came back, it's like, loving you is the best thing. And she's like, oh, and the worst thing. And she's like, get out. Like, it might not be...
you said the worst thing first and quickly. Loving you is the worst thing and the best thing in my life.
But, like, I know for the next month or so, she'd be like, why am I the worst? So, like, maybe this isn't about his wife. Maybe it's just a generic song and that he wrote.
It's another one of those filler songs that didn't
There's,
really
like,
work.
a few filler songs on here.
Yeah.
Like, if you strip away all the filler, it's just a few songs on an album.
Yeah. It was an interesting filler.
I gave it 1.
This is one of those songs like, oh crap, I forgot to do something for Valentine's Day.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't want to play this on Valentine's Day. Like, if you were like married and your wife was out and you like prepared a nice dinner and all that, and she comes home and you're playing this song, she'd be like, "What are you trying to tell me with this song here?" Like, she's confusing. She's gonna ignore all the nice stuff, and it's just gonna be like the worst thing because you don't want to say that to someone you love. Like,
you don't.
You know, I really love you. But you're not the best. Let's be honest here. You suck when it comes right.
No, but she's the best thing and the worst thing in his life.
So what's that? She's the most like normal thing. Like they balance each other out.
Exactly.
So,
like,
you know, honey.
So this isn't
You're just average.
So this isn't really a song because it all cancels itself out.
So this whole thing never happened. Thank goodness.
The next song is Grace. I gave it a 9 out of 10 because the part in the intro where the girl is singing, her name is Annika von Giersbergen.
Why are you telling me this and why do I care?
You can't, it doesn't sound right with an American accent. Anyway. But,
I liked the part with her singing.
Yeah.
The rest of the song.
It was very good. That intro part where she's singing, I think it built you up for the rest of the song without you even knowing it. Like it got you pumped up and you didn't even know you were pumped up. And then the song kicked in and you're like, oh hey, I'm pumped up for this. And then you start headbanging because it's very good. It's so much fun. It's a headbanging song.
I gave it 2 out of 10 because I feel this song was another very generic song.
Really?
Yeah, it's like like all the musical instruments together. It's generic. It doesn't sound creative. It just sounds repetitive. It repeats itself. There's nothing new about it. Same with the vocals. Like it's the same basic thing every time he opens it.
He didn't really do anything special with the lyrics.
No,
all he did was laugh, love, live, learn.
Right.
Which is a good message, kids.
But if there was more meat to it, maybe it would have been better. But it's very generic. And the more I listen to this album, the more I realize it's just a generic album. Nothing really special.
The drums were really prominent in this.
Yeah, they were, and which is fine if they did other stuff with them, but it's the same sound every time.
Yeah. Well, I think the other generic songs were just generic rock songs. This is the type of generic where it's just like headbang to this.
I don't want generic music though. I want something special.
Yeah. The next song is called More! Exclamation point. Because I don't know.
Because it is.
Do you think he just got like halfway through the album and he was just like, no, more?
Well, this is not halfway through.
Most of the way through
So
the
your
album.
joke only makes sense if it is the 7th song.
Okay. But it was different. The notes. It's one of those.
Yeah, he definitely switched it up a little bit.
It's one of those songs where the notes don't match, so they match.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I didn't really care for the song. I gave it 2 out of 10. Mostly just because it's not generic this time around, and it does switch it up. But mostly just because I hate the music. It just feels all out of place, and I just didn't like it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of this kind of music, as it's becoming probably clear to you all 10 of you. Well, if you take away family members, it's none of you. So it just doesn't. I don't think it gels together, man.
It doesn't glue together correctly.
It just doesn't fit. I don't think.
I liked it. It wasn't my favorite, but I definitely liked it. But maybe if I was in a car and I was like, I want to play a fast song for driving fast.
Yeah, like this would be a driving song. Like going back to a movie metaphor, this would work in like a chase scene.
Yeah.
Well, like a lighthearted chase scene, not a serious chase scene.
Yeah.
Like if it was like
maybe in a
if it was crazy kids against the cops, it would work. But if it was like a secret agent, like if it wouldn't work in like the Bourne Identity.
It wouldn't work in James Bond, but it would work.
No, it would work in James Bond because James Bond isn't serious.
Yeah. James Bond is kind of serious.
Not really. It's serious, and then it's not.
Wait, are we talking new James Bond?
I'm talking. No, not Daniel Craig.
Okay, Daniel Craig is serious.
I haven't seen those ones. Like, the last Bond I've seen was Pierce Brosnan. He was good.
So, listening to this song in a car in like a chase scene, if you're going down a hill, is awesome. But the rest of the time, I want a little less of more.
I don't get it.
The song's called More.
Oh!
The next song is called Lessons, which I gave a 8 out of 10, or an 8 out of 10 if you want to be grammatically correct.
Chromatically?
Grammatically correct. Okay. I gave it an 8 out of 10. Cause
I'm sorry. I just looked at the camera. Yours look like giant peanuts. Not even like real peanuts. They look like circus peanuts. You know
look at this.
like the candy.
Do they look better now?
No.
Only a minute long. I think it was just a place for him to show off his guitar diddliness, which I think is fine because with all the genericness that happened so far, he's allowed to show off. But I think it was very spacey, which I think fits with what I think he's trying to go along with this album.
I gave it 5 out of 10. It reminds me a lot of like Caribbean style music, you know, like that sort of like it's got that kind of like islandish feel to it.
Yeah.
And
it's weird how I got space and you got island.
Like you mean space as in
space.
Oh, well, I thought you meant space as in like spacey.
I got like space.
It made me kind of spacey. Like if it was longer, I probably would have fallen asleep. It's not a boring song. It's kind of like it's actually a very deep song, even though it's only a minute long and there's no words whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's not generic, and I think it really works.
So the next song is called "Hold On." It's a song. It's introspective.
Yeah, I suppose so. We both actually gave it a 7.
And I almost got there, and it's like if introspective was a place, it's like I saw it, and I crossed the border, and I was there for 10 minutes, and then some guy was like, yeah, no, get out. So I wasn't there for very long. I liked what I saw while I was there.
This song it's okay. It's not. I don't think it's like great.
Not anything special?
No, it's not special. This whole album isn't special at all. It's a very generic piece of work. This song itself, though, it's meh. I'm not gonna like go out of my way to hear it. And probably if it came on the radio, I'd probably change the station and probably somebody.
This song?
Yeah. And probably if this was a CD on the radio, I'd probably just turn it off.
Angel, which I gave a 7 out of 10. It was interesting because I don't know what he was going for here, but I liked it.
I thought it was a good way to end the album. Yeah. I gave it 4. And I didn't think the song was half bad, but I didn't think it was half good either.
Yeah.
And I at the end of the song, he goes back to the effervescent in the beginning.
Except in a slightly different style.
And this is the 3rd time that it's brought up in this album, so why didn't he just call it the album Effervescent?
True.
And again, I mean, the song's not my type of music. So like if you're basing it off,
So you giving any song anything more than
then a 1 is a plus, realistically. So I mean, I'm not really the like if you like my style of music, you probably wouldn't like this. But if you like his, you'd probably like it. So it's all about what you like.
the more you know.
The song is not great. It's not breaking any new bounds.
I like it. So as a whole, would you buy the album?
No.
Would you suggest to someone who likes this kind of music buy the album?
Probably not, because I probably wouldn't remember it exists. So I probably wouldn't be thinking about it. The album...
If I played it in a car.
I'd probably punch you.
If I played it in a car and turned it all the way down to 1.
For one, I don't like music in the car anyway, so I probably wouldn't.
Okay.
The album on a whole is generic. It's very generic. It's very like one... Like, he's not trying any... He's staying
in the safe area.
Yeah, inside the safe
comfort
area.
zone.
He's not trying to go outside the boundaries. So in that sense, I don't like this album. I don't like it at all, actually. It's not anything new. It's not anything special. If Devin Townsend watches this, I don't care if I hurt his feelings.
I liked it. Once I get money, I need a job. Once I get a job and get money, then I'm going to get this album. I like it.
Like the physical copy?
Yes. I guess that's it.
Well, thank you for watching.
See you next episode.